Welcome to episode 4 of Stand Up in My House, brought to you by Pam's Pilchards. If your fingers smell fishy, they must have been in Pam. So that's the sponsorship out of the way, let's get on with the show. So, mailbox this week's been a bit empty, don't really want to talk about it. Some nasty stuff with lawyers, they just keep badgering me. You know, I make comments about Bill Cosby, I make comments about Rolf Harris. What's next? Do I make comments about Stuart Hall? Is that going to get me in trouble as well? Now I see he's been released this week, which is quite interesting. It's a sad day for prison radio really, so all those poor prisoners lost their entertainment. So anyway, it's Christmas time! Hooray! It's really exciting. So I have a bit of a Christmas tradition in our household, and it's called the Sprout Olympics. It started a few years ago with my ex-girlfriend, and she said to me, I was going to do some shopping, she said, get 1 to 2 sort of bags of Sprouts. And I thought, 1 to 2 bags of Sprouts? That's a lot of Sprouts, isn't it? So I realised she meant 122 Sprouts. Because, you know, there's a lot of people come round, so people have a few Sprouts each. I went to the supermarket and thought, that's bags about 10. I'll buy 12 bags. So I come back and she said, what on earth are you doing? You've got 12 bags of Sprouts. We don't need 12 bags of Sprouts. So it's like, I said 1 to 2, 1 or 2. It's like, well, you need to be more explicit really, love. But anyway, we had loads of unused Sprouts, so what on earth are we going to do with them? So anyway, we devised this game, the Sprout Olympics. Fantastic. Very exciting game. So there's 4 events. So first event is bowling. So basically you get a sort of flat surface, doesn't work well on carpets. So effectively, you get a pea, you stick a pea at one end of the room, and then you take 1 Sprout each, and this works for any number of people really, but we tend to play it in couples, so one couple versus another couple, and you roll the Sprout, and whoever gets closest to the pea wins a point. So, basic concept. Anyway, remember one year I played it, I rolled a Sprout, and could I find it? It just went miles. I ended up somewhere. About 6 months later, I found it under the washing machine. Now I looked everywhere for that Sprout. I'm sure it was under the washing machine, but was it there? No. The last thing I really want to do is find a Sprout under the washing machine in June. But anyway, that's event 1. So hooray! Second event is Sprout basketball. Again, very simple concept. You place a little container up high somewhere on a cupboard. Stand a few feet back, a bit like a free throw line, and you try and throw the Sprout into the sort of container that you've got up there. Very simple. Yeah, can be a bit dangerous, you can knock stuff off the shelves. I remember once knocking a mug off a shelf doing it, but hey, that's part of the fun of Sprout Olympics. The third event is very dangerous. So you effectively, someone gets at the front of the house, and the other person in the couple gets at the back of the house, and you effectively got to throw the Sprout over the house and catch it. So the other person's the other side got to catch it. I remember one year doing it, went straight on my head. Literally knocked me back and fell over. Very dangerous game, so every time I play it now, I wear a crash helmet. And then the final event, and this is really important. So if you play Sprout Olympics, it's best not to do it with your gran and granddad. So do it with some friends, but the end of this game is effectively you've got to get a Sprout from one end of the room to the other without the Sprout touching the floor and without using your hands. So there's various techniques of doing this. So first time I tried it with my girlfriend, and we basically, one of us put the Sprout in the mouth, we basically kissed it between us. Oh, and the other rule I should have mentioned is you can't actually walk with a Sprout. So you've got to stand still. If you've got the Sprout, you can't move. If you haven't got the Sprout, you can move wherever you like in the room. So anyway, sort of kissing it between us worked well, but it took a bloody long time. And it's not very nice having Sprouts in your mouth, to be honest. So under other attempts, so you put like a roll of Sprout up in here and then sort of pass it between you. That's definitely the most effective way. But then one year, people were playing against decided on a different tactic. So they effectively got the sprout in here and flung it across the room, and the other person at the end was trying to catch it with a mouth. Well, that ended disastrously. Hit him in the eye, end up in hospital. Anyway, so what festive fun, the Sprout Olympics. So if you're at home, a bit bored, run out of board games, try the Sprout Olympics. Although I'm not being sponsored for the Sprout Olympics, it's worth pointing out this isn't endorsed by the AAAF, thankfully, because otherwise it would end up in some kind of Arab or little town in America. It would just be a disaster. It would be bought and someone would buy the rights and the Sprout Olympics would lose all its appeal. Anyway, thank you for watching Stand Up In My House. I'm on Twitter at SteveHoward1972 and use the hashtag StandUpInMyHouse. See you again next time.